astronauts, just passengers, not astronauts.
Something far more cringe than any individual antics. The rocket itself, a giant, a massive...
The Katy Perry, the queen of candy-coated anthems and cupcake bras, just tried to stage her big comeback in a freaking rocket. But instead of launching her image into feminist decon territory, she crash-landed straight into meme hell. And baby, it is ugly. It all started so innocently. Katy thought she was about to serve a new era moment. Think deep space, female empowerment, TED Talk energy. But what the world saw, a PR stunt dripping in cringe. It was like she watched one too many Elon Musk documentaries and said, "Hold my glitter helmet."
It was a successful mission. The head, carrying the women, separated from the shaft.
The very first ever astronauts, plastronauts, fake-a-nauts, astronauts, astrobots, astronauts.
You look ridiculous. Everybody looks ridiculous.
World's most expensive clown car. Houston, we have a problemy. What is it, Katy? I broke my nail. The only failure is that they came back. We would be better off if they stayed. The saddest part is that they never even went to space.
The second she stepped out of that Blue Origin pod and gave her teary emailed space monologue, it was over. The internet took one look and said, "Oh, sweetie, no." Next thing you know, TikTok remixes, parody songs, fart meme overlays. People weren't inspired. They were howling. And Katy, she snapped. "This isn't funny anymore," she allegedly screamed behind closed doors. But the rest of us, dying of laughter. Girl, the auto-tuned remixes of your space TED Talk are climbing faster than your last actual single ever did. Tracks with names like Making Space, Not Taking Space, and Katy Perry's Astro Apology Tour are trending on club playlists, in nightclubs. Imagine people twerking to your space tears. That's where we're at. And this viral mess all began with that painfully awkward Blue Origin interview. You remember, the one where she tried selling a billionaire's ego trip as a breakthrough for womankind. She looked into the camera, eyes misty, voice trembling, and said this moment was for us, women, unity, growth, empowerment. But the world saw right through it, and baby, it responded the only way it knows how. Chaos, memes, and remix culture.
Last thing anyone needed. Taking up space, just taking up space. Passengers, not astronauts, just passengers, not astronauts. Going to space for 3 minutes makes you an astronaut. Then I'm a gynecologist.
Let's get one thing clear. Katy thought she was about to have a Beyonce moment. Instead, she got bodied by a Spotify parody playlist called Zero Gravity, Zero Awareness. You can't make this stuff up. And the cruelty, it's viral. One track literally samples her emotional post-Leaf press conference. The hook, her own words, "We weren't just taking up space, we were making a mess." I mean, ouch. It's savage, but it's also kind of genius. And instead of laughing it off like, say, Lizzo would, Katy's throwing copyright strikes and demanding respect. Sis, what respect? Because when you float out a speech about billionaires as if you're the second coming of Sally Ride, people will meme you, especially if you toss in that "we were making space" line like it's poetry. That quote got chopped, screwed, auto-tuned, and repackaged into space opera satire. Some edits even threw in fart sounds. Fart sounds.
This isn't a moment for feminism. That's a rocket that was designed, flown, and paid for by men, and you are simply baggage on that rocket. That's all it
I
is.
flew in coach, and therefore I am a pilot. I rode on a cruise ship, so now I'm the captain.
Others layered her monologue with the Office theme. Not kidding. The engagement on those memes, way higher than her official content. Katy expected claps. She got cackles. And now, her would-be feminist rebrand has turned into cringecore cosplay. Even her most devoted stans are low-key embarrassed. One remix, Katy Ascends crossed 1 million plays in a week. Meanwhile, her actual new single, nowhere on the charts. No, for someone who once dominated Billboard, getting beat out by a parody track is next-level humiliation. Her team is flailing, reportedly filing complaints, emailing platforms, trying to preserve her message. But this is the internet. Every time they yank one remix down, 10 more pop up. One TikToker even set her voice to glitchy cat animations. Another layered her speech over a drone commercial. Subtlety? Out the window. They wanted full-on humiliation, and they got it.
She's come back and she said that she feels super connected. Connected to what, Katy? Certainly not your audience, because we have no idea what you're banging on about.
Anyone who has ever put a band-aid on a cut, congratulations, you are all now surgeons. I once took a tour of a hospital, and I'm proud to say that now I'm officially a doctor.
Even her earnest line about unity got turned into joke ads for air purifiers. Air purifiers, because nothing says feminist icon like being used to sell off-gram Dyson dupes. Katy thought this was a legacy reset. The internet decided it was comedy gold. And now her team's in meltdown mode, literally emailing reporters begging for sympathetic coverage. Like, please reframe the narrative, babe. You're not misunderstood. You're just meme material. You thought a billionaire space joyride gave you political depth. The public thought, wow, this is peak delusion. Even the press is laughing. One editor said, we already ran our story. It's in the humor section. And a former music producer spilled tea to a gossip blog saying she still thinks viral moments can be planned. Girl, this isn't 2010. This is Gen Z's playground now, and you're the toy they're remixing.
Buckle your seatbelt. Unbuckle your seatbelt. You passed.
You go in, and then you go out. Oh, once again, lady.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my Lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now. I know you're just a simple businessman, but I went to space for...
Zoom calls have reportedly been held about brand damage, BRU. One insider said she begged Neil deGrasse Tyson for a quote to legitimize her journey. She wanted validation so badly, but what she got was an Etsy shop selling astronaut tote bags with sparkly daisy vomit. And now let's talk about the real heartbreak, her own fiancé, Orlando Bloom. Yeah, that man posts everything from sword practice to sipping tea in bathrobes. But on the day Katy flew into space with a daisy and a dream, crickets. Not a post, not a peep. Baby, when even your man goes to your intergalactic launch, you know it's bad. Katy wanted her Apollo 11. What she got was Hot Mess 101. The harder she tries to fight the backlash, the deeper she sinks into meme territory. And honey, this isn't backlash. It's a full-on cultural roast. She's no longer a pop star. She's content. She's the punchline of every TikTok. And the worst part? She volunteered for this. No one dragged her into that Bezos bang capsule. She floated herself into irrelevance.
Small step backwards for humanity, one giant leap forward for narcissism and self-importance. The CGI game is crazy on this one. Sickening. Utter laughing stop.
A Blue Origin is that Katy Perry went to space. Do you see the difference? Do you understand the difference here? The accomplishment is not that it is not in the hands of these women. These women did nothing. Truly, they could not have possibly done less for this 11-minute voyage.
She genuinely believed this would be her reinvention. Her I'm not just a pop star, I'm a purpose-driven space woman warrior moment. But what the world saw? A billionaire's midlife crisis wrapped in empowerment slogans and sprayed with glitter. It was delusional. And that's why it blew up. Not because she aimed for the stars, but because she thought we'd all bow down in awe while she floated in zero gravity. Now her team is running around offering exclusive interviews to every blog and outlet that will listen, desperately pitching pieces like how Katy Perry's space voyage changed her soul. Girl, no one's buying it, literally. You're being outstreamed by parody TikToks featuring floating toilet paper and stock audio of cows moving over your speech. And the youth? The so-called future leaders she wanted to inspire, they are merciless. One viral video, literally titled When Your Mom Gets Into Astrology and Thinks She's an Astronaut, used her entire launch footage as the joke. Gen Z is not here to play, especially when they can loop your TED Talk into a vaporwave remix and throw clown emojis all over it. Sources say Katy was blindsided. Blindsided, she truly thought this launch would land her think pieces, not drag threads. She wanted to spark feminist essays and artistic tributes, but she got was a line of parody shirts with zero gravity, zero awareness stamped across her floating face. And let's not ignore the silence from Hollywood. Where were the Yas Queen comments? The stories reposted with sparkly gifs? The proud bestie tweets? Nowhere. No one from the industry even threw her a bone. One actor allegedly whispered at a party, I guess Katy's career really needed a launch. Ouch. Another insider compared her Blue Origin footage to a deleted scene from Don't Look Up. Y'all, the shade. And then came the final desperate card her team tried to play, bullying. Yes, multi-millionaire, chart-topping, global icon Katy Perry is apparently trying to frame meme culture as a form of targeted harassment, as if teenagers making fun of her space poem are some organized cyber attack unit. Sis, they're using CapCut and giggling in their pajamas.